Earlier today, I posted a video how to become a good independent adjuster. Here's the link. On that video, I briefly explain all those videos that I'm about to post, 1 through 8. The one I'm doing right now is how to prepare to become an independent adjuster. Here is my contact information if anybody ever wants to contact me. I have a YouTube email address just specifically for adjusting training. Here are a lot of, not a lot, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different videos that I have already posted. Here's the descriptions of them. You can pause the video to read them. I'm trying to make this a fast video. So how to become a good independent adjuster. So in order to become a claim adjuster, you must have a high school diploma or a GED equivalent. Some employers prefer an associate's degree or bachelor's degree, but that's not required. Determine your adjusting career interest, like if it's going to be property, auto, commercial, and so on. Complete an insurance license course and take an exam and pass it. There are a few schools out there. This is the one that I took. I recommend it. It's called the Adjuster School. The individual that teaches it, his name is Eric Thompson. Very knowledgeable. He runs his own adjusting company. Once you pass every 2-3 years, depends on how long your licenses are, you're going to have 26 credit hours. Of 2 of them are ethics, 24 of them are general CE credits. Here are some of the websites that you can go into. You can go to certcom.com. Here's another one. Here's another one. And like I said, you can pause this video at any time. There's more than 83, but I got a list of 83 adjusting firms you can apply. Here's a website that you can go and find that. Here, I'll show you real quick. So let me open my link. If you go to that link that you see underneath there, it'll bring you to this page. That's the link, and then it's going to show you all those firms. So I've actually got myself a Word document, and it's easier to read it through here. So I'm going to go A all the way to the W's. So if you look on the left hand side, and remember, you can pause this video. So those are your A's, B, C's, E's, F, G, I, and then you continue down here to your T, L, M, N, O, P, Q, S, T, U, and W. So those are 83 firms. This are called the Big Four. These guys usually will hire inexperienced adjuster, and they have some real good training programs. So do some of these other companies, but these guys are they usually hire newbies. Okay, so now before you apply, make sure you have a resume ready. That's very important to have one. Here is an example of a resume. Now, yours don't have to be this long. Unfortunately, mine is. But let me show you what, emphasize your strong skills like for instance, I'm a bilingual independent adjuster. Here, I give a little description. Here's areas of my expertise. These are the stuff that I've been doing. Here's my personal experience from the present, past, and even further. I write who the insurance firm is, or the date where I worked for them, what I did for them, uh, then their telephone number, their email address to get a hold of the HR department. Make it as easy as possible for these guys, because if they're going to check up on you, you want them to be able to verify that you have all these credentials. Then after I put all the people's information, I describe what I've done for those companies. And that's real important. There's some firms, you go out there and work, and all you do is you do the estimate, you turn it in with a few little compliance notes that you have to do. They worry about everything else. I explain what I do, like I investigate, negotiate, evaluate, settle initial claims and supplements, supplemental, catastrophic insurance claims, that I travel to the losses, I complete my compliance templates, and on and on and on. I tell them everything that I know how to do. And for instance, this is really important that I write 90% of my checks on site. You're always going to have those few that you can't write because you have a contractor or a public adjuster that's involved, or you have to have waiting on an invoice or things of that nature. So, if you have some pertinent information that is good for the insurance company that you're going to work for, it's nice for them to know what you've done. For instance, I have a link to the Better Business Bureau of the company that I actually own. So they're able to go straight to that link, shows that that's the name of my company, the address, who the owner is, which is me, that I have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Here's the information. Here's some of the stuff that I do more than this, but it explains what they've been tracking for 24 years in my business, like air conditioning, roofing, painting, electrician. I do foundation, flooring, a lot more than that, but this is the categories that they track me. So close that. So let's move along. Other companies that I work for, a lot of companies like to hire military personnel because they know that military people they have organizational tools. So I let them know where my military experience is, my education, like I have an associate degree in printing technology. I list not all of them. This resume would be way too long if I put all my certifications. So I put what I think is the most important ones. I put all my licenses. That way they don't have to go look for a lot of different places. When they look at my resume, they can see everything that I do. Professional affiliations, NFIP certified. My professional training, what kind of training I've had from the beginning in the insurance business. My technical skills, like I know Office Word, PowerPoint, Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator, Acrobat Professional, Xactimate, NextGen. I fix Apple computers, desktop computers. Then I list foreign languages. I'm fluent in Spanish and in English. I can't read or write that Spanish, but I can speak it real good. So let me see. Let's move along. So there's my resume. Okay, have yourself a file with your prior history. So if you, when you're doing your applications, you know, you want to be able to get this thing out of the way and be accurate when you're doing your resume, excuse me, your application. So here's my past history, dates, times, what I did, then, you know, your prior addresses, like from 2003 to 2004 where I lived, from 2004 to 2009 where I lived, from 2009 to 2015, from 2000. Oh, there's a problem here. I just noticed something. Okay, so 2007. Oh no, that's okay because it's October, March, May, July 31, and now it goes to August the 1st. But that should be 2015. Okay, so I made a mistake. I hope I didn't put that in my some of my applications. No, actually, you know, yeah, this is a new file that I created. Okay, so save that. Okay, so work history. Keep a scan of all your personal files because a lot of these companies are going to ask you for some of this stuff. And if I have this on my computer, it's because I have been asked. So here are some of the stuff that people had asked me for. Like they wanted to see a copy of my associate degree, my auto insurance declaration, my birth certificate, my DD 2410 military stuff, driver license, my I-9 form, the W-9 passports, personal and business checks. Some people pay you, they take out taxes, some people don't. And so if they're not going to take, if they're going to not take taxes out, it's better to put it in your business because I have an S1 corporation, so I can do a lot of deductions. You know, if I think if you DBA, you don't have the, you can't do the deductions that an S1 corporation can do. Um, you know, your prior residence and employment, we already went over. So I have this real long resume, but that's just to, so every time I work somewhere, I'm constantly updating everything that I do with that firm. And so, I mean, this is right here is just one firm. Then this is what I did in construction. This is what I did in printing. You know, I explain all the programs that I'm good at. You know, and each one of these programs are just like Xactimate, but I'm, you know, this is what I know how to do. Okay, so you know, keep your personal records in folders. Another thing is, let me go back to that link. Let me open up that link so it'll take me right to that. Okay, so another thing that you want to have, I don't know if I've gone over this or not, but your, let's say your insurance license. I have a folder for my insurance license. I have an Excel file. On that Excel file, I'm able to go, you see how these things are not in like a chronological order. All I got to do, click here, go to data, sort by, I think that's J, hit OK. Now I know that in 82 days, these two licenses are going to expire. Those are going to expire 92 days, then, and so on. I can go, let's say I want to see my Texas license. All I got to do is click on that left link that I have. it'll open up my Texas license. If I want to see a Utah license, click on it and I can open it up. So I do the same thing with my insurance certification. Same thing. Create an Excel. First of all, have everything in the folder. Have an Excel file. List all your certifications and make sure that you're able to easily go to that certification in case somebody wants a printout of it. Then you can just save as, or you can just go to the folder and send it to them. But write down the dates in which you took those certifications. Some of them do expire, some of them don't. Okay, so I have, since I started becoming an independent adjuster, I have created folders for almost anything that I can think of. For instance, if I go in here and click on this folder, let's say that I'm at a site, I don't know a particular door, so I've created this kind of documents for anything on Xactimate. I have hundreds and hundreds of documents like this that I've created. So let's say that I'm looking through and I don't know what the Xactimate your code is. So right here is DOR CDA, and a picture paints 1,000 words. So I do that for uh, flooring, awnings, basements. I have explain how what goes on in basements. You have your small appliances, cabinetries. You get out there and uh, you don't know what some of these names are. I have all of this. So, but I got that for almost anything you can think of in Xactimate. So keep track of everything that you save. Okay, so let's move along. Once you get some adjusting firms to put you on their roster, figure out which states you want to work. Okay, so there's a lot of places. Actually, you'll be able to look at my this video and just pause and look at what I'm showing you. So let's go to the beginning. Okay, so if you wanted to be an adjuster, here are the states that require licenses. Okay, so anything you see in yellow, you have to have a license. Anything you see in blue, no adjuster license are required. Anything you see in green, only auto appraiser license are required, and anything you see in this light orange is both adjusters and auto appraiser license are required. So we move along. This is a map of your spring storms, tornado states, and so that light orange, these are the states. Actually, all of these are the states that have tornadoes. Did I say tornadoes? Yeah, tornadoes. But the orange ones are the ones that you have to have license. The light blue, greenish looking ones, you do not need license. And we go into the states that are prone. This is called Hell Alley. Now, what you see in light purple are the states you have to have license, and the light green, bluish colors, you don't have to have insurance license. Then you keep on moving. This is a map of your hurricanes. Okay, so the light green color maps are the ones that you have to have a license, like Hawaii and all the states. The ones that are light green, those don't require license, and the real dark greens, you have to have auto and appraiser license. Okay, so now these are maps of flood-prone states. What you see in the dark red color are the states that do require licenses, and the light green don't require licenses. So, you know, like I said, you can pause this stuff and figure out which one of the states you need licenses for. Okay, I already talked about, you know, having folders, you know, of your licenses. So we've already went over that, so I'm not going to go over that. Now, here are some basic tools that you're going to need. You're going to need a good vehicle. You don't want to be out there, get stranded, you know, your battery goes down and you know, you have a claim. I'm telling you, when you get out there and you're 5 minutes late and you're going on a reinspection, that can be a real bad situation. So you got to have a good, reliable vehicle. You need some kind of navigating device, a GPS. You could use, and an iPhone or an Android or a mapping app to get from place to place. You need a laptop with Xactimate and possibly Symbility. You need a portable printer. Some companies are going to require you to print a check on the spot, so you're going to have a printer, a portable printer. Some companies like State Farm, you have to use their printer, their equipment. Now you need a good ladder, possibly if you can afford it, a 28 foot extension ladder, a 22 telescopic aluminum multi-purpose ladder. You're going to need a digital camera and or an iPhone and an Android. You're going to need measuring devices like a laser distance measure, 35-inch measuring tape, tool belt. Here's the website where you can get some good suggestions. You're going to have your Cougar Pulse, and there is the website. So here, so if I click here and I open that hyperlink that I've created, so you know, like I was saying, you know, you need to have a truck, and those are the ladders that I have in my truck. Those go with me everywhere I go. You know, have you some containers already ready? When somebody calls you, normally they want you there tomorrow. They don't want you there 3 or 4 days. So you got to have everything ready. So here I have cooking utensils, anything I need to live like at a hotel that has a kitchenette. I have it in those 3 plus 2 other ones. Okay, so have those ready as if you're a firefighter or, yeah, a firefighter. Okay, and you know, you got to be ready to go. Okay, so so something nice to have, if you notice right in this area, there's a goat. And when you get out there in the field, you'll know exactly why you need that. Now, that's a pretty little expensive little toy. My wife calls them toys. I call them necessities. But that costs about $485. This is where you get it. This is what it's called. Okay, so I'm going to move along. This one here is a 14-foot multi-purpose ladder. This is the 22-inch. Here's a link that you go straight into Home Depot. This one costs this much, and this one costs this much. There's only $3 difference between this one and this one. This one weighs twice as much as that one. Matter of fact, this guy here weighs as much as this guy. I would rather lift this guy than this guy. So here is a 28-foot extension ladder. This is a 20-inch extension ladder. I like having both of them. This one is real hard to handle. When I got a 1-story, this this will reach any one-story house. I don't care if it has 9-foot ceilings or 8, 10-foot ceilings. That one's gonna reach it real easy. And again, remember, here's the prices to this stuff. So this gives you an idea of what kind of money that you're gonna be spending. Okay. This, we talked about a tool belt. You go to, let me see if I can open up a hyperlink to it. Yeah, okay. So here's a hyperlink to where you can buy it. You're looking at $297. Is that what I put on mine? Yep, $297. So it's going to explain everything that you're going to get. Matter of fact, I have that already listed here for you, and I got it in bold for every item. So I'll pause it for a second. I'm not going to read it because I'm trying to get this to become a real fast and small file, and I don't want it to be real time consuming, but there's everything that you get out of that. Another nice thing to have is a 100-foot Power One tape. Okay, here's the link that you can get that one for this price. The difference between a 100-foot and a 300-foot is less than less than $20, something like that. Let me see, $13 actually. So it's $29.95. Here's the link to find that thing. I personally have both of them. Sometimes it's easier just to use this one than this one, but sometimes you need that one. Another thing you have to have is some kind of what is it called? Oh my God, my wife. Let me finish this. So you're gonna need a 200. It's a laser measure. Okay. I have a link. I have a link that goes to it. Here's an Xactimate helpline or help link that'll explain about those two units. This is where you can get it. This one costs $149. This one costs $595. Okay, so here's the 35-inch Fat Max. Here's a link where you can get it. That's how much it costs. Here is a measuring wheel. Here's the price, and the difference between that one and this one, you're looking at about $8. I love this one, but I also love this one. Each one of them I use for different things. I couldn't do without either one. Here's a little, this thing here, it's a whistle. You get hurt, you can whistle for help. It has a magnifying and it has a compass. So it's for $3.17. It's something real nice to have. When you're doing those pitchy roofs, I have two cougar paws. This particular cougar paws always stay in my truck. This one's here. Sometimes I wear them inside of my hotel, and then when I get up the next morning, I'm wearing them because they got those protectors so my soles don't wear out. This is a 100-foot rope. There's another 100-foot rope. That's a 50-foot rope. This little string, I have a little ball here. When I get on a 16 pitch and it's 20 feet up in the air, I can toss this to my wife and she links me up with this thing here. And we have those beamers that we, and plus here's my harness. Basically, what you're looking at price on Cougar paws is $172. On those tennis shoes Cougar paws is $154. It's nice to have an eye-tail kit. Not all the companies you can use it. You can't use it with all the companies, but the ones that you can, it's real handy. So these are your rubber chest boot foot waders. Okay, so that if you work in flood, it's nice to have, but you definitely want rain boots. You always want an extra pair of tennis shoes. When you get out there, you'll know what I'm talking about. You definitely need that in your truck at all times. Um, Now, if you do your ITIL kit, another thing that's real important to have, because you're going to have to cut some wood to do your kit, or sometimes you're going to have to cut some flooring and send it off to ITIL. So here are some of the tools that I have. This particular one is a wireless uh, cordless Sawzall, and that costs $249.97. Then I have a cordless um, circular saw. That guy's $299. You know, you don't really want to have cords on this because you get into some areas that do not have electricity, or you don't want to ask the insurer to let them use their electricity for you to do your job. I don't know if you would want that. I just happen to have it because I'm in the construction business, but I love this guy here. It's a variable speed cord toolkit, and it's good for cutting wood. I can do the same thing with this one here, but with this one here, it's a lot easier to handle. This light here, when you're crawling uh, in your attics, your crawl spaces, your or when you have real light in the house, this thing will help you take some real good pictures. This is a meter for humidity and moisture. A lot of companies frown on using those. I secretly use it because when somebody tells me, "Hey, this is wet," and it doesn't feel wet to me, I'm not going to put that it's wet to the touch, which a lot of companies want you to put. I'm actually going to check to make sure that it is wet to the touch. And this guy doesn't lie like your hands does. And there's a lot of other tools, but you know, it's nice to have a little digital fractional caliper. So uh, here, you know, I have a laptop. That laptop, you want to be a very fast laptop. You want one that, like the one I have, you know, you're looking at $1,400, but it only takes 3 seconds for it to boot, 3 seconds for it to shut down, as long as you have all your applications shut down. And it makes a big difference when you're out there and you're in the truck, you got customers and contractors outside waiting on you. You want to be able to do things real fast. So this little laptop I keep in my truck at all times, um, because this is an i7, this is an i5, not quite as much as only like a $500 laptop. But if this one goes down, if I drop it, if somebody steals it, then I have this extra laptop, or I'll leave it somewhere, you know. So you want to have a portable printer, you know, some wireless mouses. You know, you want to be able to use it without wires. Uh, I have a scanner that I use. This 28-inch monitor I use a lot. I normally close files between 3 and 5 o'clock, but sometimes I might have a 60, 70, 80, $90,000 claim that I'm doing, and a lot of times I'm going to have to finish it at the house, and it's nice to have a 28-inch monitor. Then I have a punch hole right here that I use. So I keep all my notes and stuff that I use that day, and I'm done with the claims. I go in, you know, I put them organized, and I can come back a day later, a week later, a month later. Sometimes you're going to have a public adjuster or an attorney call you and say, "Hey, on this date, you did a claim. Do you remember something about it?" You just go in there. There it is. There's all your notes. When you get out there, there's some applications that use up a lot of your electricity. There's one particular one that's called Hector and Settle Assist that a lot of companies require you to use. It interacts with Xactimate. Nice program. I wish everybody uses it because you can do a claim twice as fast. By the time you get off, put your letter in your truck, you already have an estimate with little minor, touch-ups. But you definitely want to have a backup where when you're out there, you're in the roof, your battery goes down, then you don't have to go wait for the battery to charge up. You hook it up, now you back up and running. Same thing with your laptop. You have to have a backup battery. I have a backup battery for that. I have an iPad. That iPad, I can show the customers my the hell hits. If they're not hell hits, and I can enlarge it and show them the difference between a hell hit and what they have up there, like traffic, you know, traffic in the roof. Let me see. I carry a scanner, and this is actually it's a wireless scanner, so I don't have to hook up nothing. Just like my printer, I don't have to hook up any cables. And once I scan, it'll go directly to my laptop. You need a little stapler, a ruler, highlighters like yellow ones, green ones, have some scissors, a little calculator, uh, you know, an 8 gig memory stick. So, you don't have to have all of this stuff. The most important thing you're gonna have to have a computer and possibly a printer. You might be able to get away without the printer. I know a lot of people don't have those. I would freak out if I didn't have one because I close files on site. I print checks on site. So, guys, this is it. Let me see if I still got my information. So, no, okay. At the beginning of the video, you had my information. If you ever have questions, email me. You can put your telephone number. I'd rather call and talk to you rather than texting and emailing back and forth. You can communicate via voice to voice a lot faster than going back and forth on emailing or texting. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next 8. Bye.